Amendment actually defines citizenship. You know, there's this infamous case from the Supreme Court called Dred Scott versus Stanford, where the court made all of these statements about an African American that we now consider racist. But the holding was that he wasn't a citizen of the United States because he was a slave. So one of the purposes of the 14th Amendment was to define citizenship. And what the 14th Amendment says is that any person who's born in the United States is a citizen. And the court has had cases in which it's had to decide, does that apply to people who are in the country illegally, or obviously people whose parents are in the country illegally? And what the court has said is that if you are born in the United States, you are a citizen with all of the rights and privileges thereof.
And without due process of law nor denied to any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the laws. Next call is...
Hi, I'm Andre.
Hi, I'm Ben.
I'm Kaori.
And today we're going to be talking about our views on the 14th Amendment. Throughout all the articles and amendments, I feel the 14th Amendment is most important to me. The 14th Amendment basically says that everyone born in the U.S. gets the right to life, liberty, and happiness. Everyone gets equal protection under the law, and all laws are made so they won't violate any of our rights. I feel they really mend our society, don't you?
Agree.
Well, honestly, if we didn't have like life, liberty, and happiness, this place would be totally different. It'd be a lot like more complicated for our society to get along with each other because there's so many different kinds of people in this world. So I feel it's really important and it really keeps us together.
Like if you're born in America, you should be a citizen in
Yeah.
America.
Yeah.
And you should
If you
earn
don't
the right
believe
to be
me,
a citizen.
take it from
Mr.
Engel.
That was good.
Do you know the 14th Amendment?
I do. The 14th Amendment is one of the Civil War amendments that originally gave people who were formerly slaves citizenship, and it also gives different groups of people equal protection under the law.
How do you feel about the 14th Amendment?
I think it's important. I think the 14th Amendment ensures that our government treats everybody equally, and there aren't groups that are left out or put aside and that aren't able to benefit from the equality in our country.
If this amendment was different, how do you feel it would have affected our society?
I think it would be terrible. I think we would have groups of people who were maybe ostracized and treated unfairly. We'd have different classes of citizens based on things like race, gender, sexual orientation, or any of those things where they're going to be looked down upon because they don't have those same rights.
Final question, how do you feel that this affects your everyday life?
I think every day, you know, being a civics teacher, I can see it every day because there's an open conversation where lots of groups talk about rights and things that are fair and unfair, and it allows us to have this discussion because we all are equal and we all are able to we all are able to contribute to our society and even in our classroom.
Well, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Mr. Engel had some good answers, and it was nice of him for helping. It was interesting to see someone else's perspective on the topic. Yes, this is good information so we can see how people think of this.
Agreed.
Agreed.
Jump cut. At the park, everyone is free and happy. It really represents life, liberty, and happiness.
I feel that the 14th Amendment is really important because it guarantees the rights to life, liberty, and happiness. And without that, the society in our world would just not be as good as a place as it is today.
Yeah, it kind of probably start falling apart because a lot of people were born here, and a lot of people were American. We were born here. But other people say of different races that were born here, there's a lot of tension between them when we're all from the same place. We were all born here.
And they're being excluded.
Yeah, people are being excluded from the society when, according to the 14th Amendment, everything should be equal and everyone should get the same rights.
Yeah. Thank you all for listening to us today.
We really appreciate you taking your time out of the day for us.
We hope you enjoyed.
Bye!